Let's go. Let's go.
Guess who's back? Back again. Scotty's back. Tell a friend. That's right. That's right. I know you missed me. I haven't seen me in like 3.5 hours, and here I am on my twice-a-day schedule. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daily Time. What is up, everybody? I'm here in sunny, shiny, and humid Florida. Hope you are all having a wonderful day and that you watched my rantings of an insane person that I did this morning. I ranted like a crazy person about regulation and Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler, and it's my show, and I'll do what I want to. That's what I will do, and I did it. Hope you are all having a wonderful day. Probably just said that. Before we get started, I have to remember to tell you to subscribe to the channel and use your elbows to aggressively tap the like button 3 times. Once on, once off, and one back on, because that will trigger the algorithm twice. Trigger the algorithm 2 times to tell them how much you like me throwing them bows, y'all. This before we get started, I should tell you that this stream is sponsored by your mom. Tell her I said hi. It's great. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Thank you. There, Penguin would like you to know that he has dry elbows. Dry elbows work well, actually, because you don't slide. You don't slide off the button. If you have wet elbows, you might hit like 3 buttons on the way across. Might hit 3 on the way across. What are we doing today, you may ask? I have no idea. I'm just here. No, what we do on Wednesdays. Wednesday is Chartapalooza. Chartapalooza is when I take requests from paid subscribers to the Wolf Den newsletter, and then I pull up the charts blind and look at them. I look at your charts, your requests. You can sign up for the newsletter right down below. It's in the description. You can sign up for the free version. Fine. Love you. You can also sign up for the $15 version. That's for the month. Comes out 5 days a week, and you get to use me as your charting do-boy. Do this, do that. Hey, Scott, I want to see a chart of whatever. And then I try to do it. But today, my assistant informed me that there were 67 chart requests. 67 chart requests. Can't do that many, obviously, because I'm just a man. I'm one man. I'm just one man. So I'll do probably about 30. He sent me, I think, 30 of them, about 30 of them. Yeah. So I'm going to get my elbows ready. Grease them up. Ray, them's fighting words. Knowles are probably still better than the Gators in basketball. Maybe. Dude, Luke, I have not been drinking. I have coffee. Gator Cup. Not coincidentally, for the Knowles guy over there, it's Gator Cup. I have not been drinking except for this hot coffee. Yeah, I'm just high on life, bro. High on life. I'm high on it. Super high on life because life is good. Life is good. Let's pull up first the Bitcoin chart. Vic, who I'm going to say 99% chance that's not a picture of Vic. 99% chance. Would like you to know that there's too much talking on this live stream, which involves me talking for an hour. I don't think that's you. I don't think that's you. I don't think that's you, Vic. Don't think that is you. Nice try, though. Nice try. I will not be catfished on my own stream. So, guys, listen. The requests, they are known. They came up in advance. And now I'm going to look at them. Too much talking, not enough charting, says Crypto Moves. It's my streamy and I'll talk if I want to. Yeah, we're going to start now. You're probably all the same people. You're all the same people. Here we go, y'all. First, I'm going to take a quick look at the Bitcoin. And I'm not going to see your comments largely now. And I'm not taking requests from your comments. So lock it up. Bitcoin, do I really need to tell you about this again? I'm long from down here. I almost got stopped out here. Now we're up here. This morning we were somewhere around here. Now we're up here. So it's feeling good. Maybe if you're looking for an entry and you're thinking long, maybe you come right here. 47,637 if you can get it. then we should be headed up to around 50,000. That's it for Bitcoin. Not going to spend time on it. I do it like 47,000 times a day. The first coin we're looking at is not a coin at all. It's a fruit. Well, fruit company. Lieutenant Dan invested my money into a fruit company. It's Apple, guys. It's Apple. And for anyone who saw Forrest Gump, you would know that was Lieutenant Dan. That was my Forrest Gump voice. I don't know if it's good. I used to have a good Forrest Gump voice. That's my boat. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Anyways, Apple. So this is a good spot for Apple. Unless you think that Apple Computer is going to die, I don't. We had this bull pennant, broke out, didn't quite get there, obviously. I mean, and the pennant was kind of weird, frankly. It it got weird here. So probably actually more like that is broken down. So let's ignore that. But bottom line, this is right on the 50 MA right here. Doesn't trade below it for long when it does. And anything above $145.09 looks good. That's my trade. Yeah, I like Apple here. There's a nice long legged doji down here, kind of a hammer candle potentially showing and could be going back up. I like Apple. I like it. Little fruit company, just a little fruit company started by some guys in a basement who are super into fruit. Super fruity. Can't say that. I didn't mean that. ALGO USDT. ALGO, look at this coin for you right now. Well, this was the idea that I had. This is one I've done a million of these examples where we go kind of into price discovery. Although technically, it did trade higher over here, but nobody counts this price action. But it broke the highs that were established early in 2021, retest and away, right? And you already got the retest. First one is the one you want to take. Second one's weaker. Third one's weaker. Fourth one's weaker. You get the idea. But still, if you're waiting, maybe it comes down here. Let's drill into the 4 hour and see what kind of pattern is forming up here. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Did you know that 4 civilians are going into space on the SpaceX rocket today? And they're going like above the space station and for 3 days in orbit, like Bezos and what's his face, the Virgin, Branson, they just like got up there and they just put their pinky in there and touched space for a second. We're like, I can float, we're leaving. And then they went down and Elon Musk is like, we're going to like send a bunch of people who don't even know about spaceships into space by themselves for 3 days. This looks kind of more like maybe an ascending channel or just kind of a range than anything, to be honest. TBH. Yeah, I mean, here on the daily looks fine. I would buy this. Kind of looks like a little bullish consolidation. This higher wick is not ideal, right? Because that's what looks like bearish SFP, but I think that's sort of played out on that candle. I think ALGO looks good as long as it holds $1.84. That's my opinion. I mean, just like, hey, I'm going to just send a couple dudes who don't know anything about space and space things up into space, and they're going to orbit for 3 days and just live up there. And you guys are going to pay millions to literally like sniff a little space air before you fall out of the sky. I'm not saying it's not a cool accomplishment that Branson and Bezos went up there and like, had their like little moment or whatever, but come on, son. AMP USD. Got this line. Got to break it. Need to break that line. But this is sitting in a very strong area of demand support. This is the next support down below. As you can see, this is pretty tapped, right? It went through, held through. Now we're kind of trading in it. So you really want to get, I don't like that line. We want to get all up out of here. So what you're looking for, this is an area to buy. You just have to realize that this is a worn out support. But what you're looking for is something like this, and probably maybe that way. And then it comes back down. That's not really going to happen for those of you who are new here. I make jokes. I do comedy and I do jokes. So if you are taking a trade here, I would say that you probably would put your stops, because that's kind of in line with this. So your stop somewhere down so you can avoid a wick. So like down here, 0.046, something like that. But for now, this is what you're looking for. Safest entry would be a break of the blue line. That would really confirm that this historic downtrend that's basically been there since the beginning of trading on AMP/USD is broken. ARUSDT. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Looks fine. Looks good. Wow, another one in price discovery. Price discovery, but it's only existed since October. So not as impressive. But yeah, I mean, this is looking good. Regardless, we don't even need that blue line right now. Kind of looks exactly like ALGO, really, right? Slight higher high here. So you can kind of draw this range. Not the tool that I wanted, but the tool that I got it. So I would say, you know, your range is kind of like that. It's trading in the top half, but the ultimate trade now, right, is to flip this top $75. But everything above 44.7 looks pretty good because that is a strong support that has not failed. If you get that as a trade, I would take that 44.79. Otherwise, you want to be up above this range. Right now, no reason to take it. This is consolidating as we speak on decreasing volume, which means wait for the break. AST, I've got my Ichimoku cloud up on this one like a Chad. Bro, first of all, I don't know what all these lines are. We're going to get rid of them. Oh, I guess we can just talk about it from an Ichimoku perspective since I apparently utilized the cloud. So let's do weeklies, week. These will all be above the cloud. So nothing to see here. Yeah, let's do the daily. 4 hours coming down to the cloud. So this should all be support right there on the 4 hours. So that looks good. All right. So we had this flat Kumo top, lots of resistance, broke into the cloud. As you can see, when you break into the cloud from the bottom, okay, here's the quick and dirty on the Ichimoku cloud. Tenkan is the blue line. That's the shorter moving average. Kijun, brown line, longer moving average. Kumo or cloud, Ichimoku cloud, which is also called the Kumo bottom, Kumo top. Red is bearish, green is bullish. Thinnest areas are the areas that are easy to cross of least resistance. And when you're flipping to green, it means it's going bullish. So we're going bullish, which we know, obviously. And this pulled an edge to edge, right? Broke into the cloud, dropped down to the bottom for support, and then went edge to edge. Whoa, my charts were doing that this morning too. I don't know what is up with that. Edge to edge, right? So broke here, resistance at the top, and now it's retested the cloud of support. The Tenkan crossed up, golden cross, the Kijun right here. That's not a long signal. When it's under the cloud, that's a signal to close shorts. If it happens above the cloud, that's a long signal, right? So right here, this was not a short signal. Well, that's not the one actually. So it wasn't, I have to go back. This crossed down. Yeah, that's not, let me find the one with the blue. Okay, yeah, this crossed down. That was not a short signal. That's a close your long signal. Kind of same idea. But either way, this is now above the cloud, above the Kijun, and above the Tenkan. Extremely bullish. Extremely bullish from that perspective. So buy the dip. That's my opinion on AirSwap. BNB USDT. You don't want to mess with me. How you go? Yeah. Binance coin. Nobody's talking about it, but it looks good here. It looks good on the, I'm going to show you. I just remember I looked at the Bitcoin pair this morning. That looked real good. Almost shared it in the newsletter because it was at this key support right here and wicked right down below. So that looks good. So BNB on the USDT pair coming back into resistance. This should have held, but this was a big event that we saw last Tuesday. Broke a lot of rules. But what it did do, it held the EQ of this blue channel, which had not really been retested. It was retested slightly here, but it held the EQ. That's this dash line equilibrium 50% level. I don't know why my charts are doing that. It's really annoying. Really annoying. So yeah, this is your entry. Like that was your entry, 384. Now you're at 430. So we want to be back up above this red range, even though it failed. So I would say that we're into resistance. So we're once again, after we drew that, we're now looking for this, right? You know, same kind of thing going up to the top. Wow, that was a terrible line. So I would want to flip this level right now. You'll still find resistance here and find resistance at the top. I have no idea why TradingView is doing that. My God, it's so annoying. So that's your idea. Hope you liked it. Will not save. I'm having all kinds of technical issues. Cake, 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 cake. In the words of Rihanna, cake, 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 cake. Cake Bitcoin. Never looked at it on this pair. Whoa, man, bring back normal charts. This is going to be problematic if it keeps doing that. I was doing this all morning. Really hard to try. Look at this. Whoa. Are you guys seeing that? Are you guys seeing that? Is my internet breaking out, or is it just my my chart? Did you guys see my chart tripping out, flashing and stuff? Or is it just on my end? Are we still alive? That is the question. Now I gotta check YouTube and make sure I'm actually still like on here. Yeah, okay, I'm still alive. That's good. Yeah, so I don't know what was happening there, but seemed to be back. This is what I would say for cake on the Bitcoin pair. Cake. Guys, I'm drawing the line. I saw someone say I'm drawing the lines too fast. I got like 35 charts to go. Rewind. Watch me in slow motion. I'm much better looking that way. I think there's a huge bull pennant. Symmetrical triangle, whatever. And right now it's above the 250. This is what you want, right? You want a moon from here. And ideally, did you guys see my charts flashing like that? Or was that just me? So there's a couple ways. I mean, this could be a massive trade. If you take it from here, like this is a big flagpole. I think it's more honest to take it from here. So you just pull this over to wherever it breaks out, and that gives you a target, right? The big one, if it breaks out there or like that. And that's logarithmic. That's why it doesn't look so much bigger. But this looks really good. You got to wait for a break of the top blue line. Wait for a break of the top blue line, and you're good to go. I don't know what was happening with my charts tripping. Yeah, you guys saw them flashing. Dude, I've got a poltergeist. Yeah, did you guys see the movie Poltergeist? I talked about this before, but like that was like the scariest movie when I was a kid, and I watched it not that long ago, and that shit is so corny and fake. So corny. There's like the tree that comes in the window and tries to get them, and it's like that is a massive Play-Doh tree. That tree is like made of plastic and Play-Doh. It looks so fake. Like horror movies from back in the day. Fake. Celo USDT. That's what we got next here for you. One of the best clubs in New York is called Celo. Cloud. Celo. Sky. Celo. Cloud. Whatever. It's house music. Great spot. I've seen some of the best DJs in the world there. It's really awesome. I assume it's still in business. I haven't lived in New York in so long. I couldn't tell you. Got a golden cross right here for those of you who care. I don't. I mean, I talk about them always, but that is a nice tap of the 200 right there. This looks like some sort of bullish consolidation, just really hard to judge with this massive wick. And this is a savage bearish SFP, right? Look, this is the all-time high. It tried to break, failed, got shorted down heavily, again tried, and just absolutely destroyed. For me, I really want to be above. I want to see a candle close above $7.25 right here. Everything else, this is scary to me. So I wouldn't be touching this here, although you have decent support at 468. And if you come down to this blue line, the risk reward of a play up is pretty good. But I want to be above $7.25. Come look at your comments real quick. Kelly Kellum says they closed about 2 years ago. Sad. He was a resident DJ at Celo. See, I played there a couple times back in my day. What an amazing sound system, right? What an amazing sound system. Yeah, how do we import your charts? You can go, well, you can't from YouTube, but any chart I share in the newsletter, you just click a button at the bottom and make chart your own, and you can make anyone's chart your own. Can you explain what causes SFPs? I get it swing trading related, or is it just a rejection at resistance? I can tell you really quick. So the idea behind an SFP, swing failure pattern, yes, it had a function 1 system. Twilo. Oh, yeah, function 1. Okay, an SFP is when you see that wick above a swing high, and it can't be like after 4 candles, right? I see people identify them all the time. It should be a really big gap between. When it hits that area and you see that wick way up, the idea of an SFP is actually based on whale manipulation, or market movers, which is not what people, market makers, that's not what market makers do, by the way, but what people call. What it means is that someone actually who wants to short or sell pushes price up to the area of liquidity. So when you cross a key barrier like that, works on the bottom as well, what happens, right? There's a lot of people who, when that swing high breaks, they go long, right? So that means that they buy. That's a buy order. So if you wanted to sell and had no liquidity to sell, you need buy orders. So you trigger a lot of people to go long, and then a lot of people's shorts stop out. That's where the stop losses are. Though when you stop out of a short, you're buying, right? It's a sell order that you're closing by buying. So that gives a ton of liquidity and guaranteed buying so that they can sell and push the price back down. That's the idea. Okay, what are we on here? Doge, USDT. Looks like the Bitcoin chart before it broke out. Ethereum chart before it broke out. I mean, it's not bad. Just got to wait for this to break out. But you do have this sort of, if you ignore that wick, which, a little shady, but you have this descending wedge. So you're looking for a break above this area. You'll find a lot of resistance here. Right? That's the high here, 26 cents, and the low here. That's the flip. Support, broken, tested as resistance. So you're looking, if you're bullish, something like rejected there, something like that. That's Doge USDT. Write it down. I should say, in the words of Chris Tucker, Smokey, in Friday, write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Doge. Simple. Dot. This is great. This looks good. Retesting support right here. Bye, Felicia. That's where the term "bye, Felicia" comes from. That exact scene in Friday. Bye, Felicia. Oh, y'all stingy. This is the high. Broken. Flip to support twice. So we should be seeing this make a move from 0.00074 up to 0.001. Bounce up. If it loses this, we start looking down, I would say around here. Oh, let me borrow your car. Some people want to buy some sugar. But my car? Hell no. How you'll get fired on your day off? .USDT. Nothing's changed on this. This is where we were. This is where we are. Every time I look at it, right? This is what you're waiting for now. You're at resistance, so you want to get above it. So you want to flip it, buy here, flip that, or buy here, and that's it. And this is price discovery there, right? We've seen this on every other layer one, basically. So why not? Got to get up to 49, and then we go up. Solana did it. AVAX did it. ALGO did it. Whatever. You get the idea. We've talked about it a million times. This was the entry, right? This was the descending wedge. You had all these retests, but now I want to get above this area. I wouldn't buy right into it. You're buying into resistance. You might drop. That's the idea. Come check out the comments for a hot second. My wife would like you to know that the amount of random things that my brain remembers is astounding. That's right. That's right. I remember everything. Remember everything about our lives together. Anniversary, 2/19/12. Big dates. Hemi's birthday, November 18th, 1983. Guys, you can write it down, send gifts. Am I going to Dojapalooza? No. There's a number of reasons. One, Texas. Texas is fine. I'm just kidding. Two, Doge. Like 3, Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick is headlining. Dionne Warwick of the Psychic Friends Network, who sings what? That's what friends are for. That's who's headlining a concert for millennials who love Doge. Doge. I don't know how many people are here. No, it's 1993. 1993. I married very young. Very young. Emmy's a child. Young. She's a young person. Younger than me. By a long way. Whatever year you choose, it's younger than mine, dear. Oh, I'm turning off the comments before I get in trouble. Lock the door. Oh, it's not good. Okay, guys. EOS, Bitcoin. I mean, they only raised billions of dollars and the coin never goes up. I mean, zoom out. Whoa. Seems bad. But that exchange that Peter Thiel has invested in, bullish, is all based on EOS or something, right? So that's good. But I do like this kind of here, actually, above 0.0001014 right here. That's your support. So at least you can trade this theoretically up to here. So that looks good. Buying in this area, going up to here. I mean, you could, if you close a candle below this low, you could say I'm sort of invalidated, but really it would be this one. It's kind of a weird spot. But this should, finding, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles in a row have basically held this as support. This should be heading up to here. I'm going to use an arrow this time for emphasis. You put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. But like, I watched the movie Friday 100 times. 100 times. I'm coming back over to the comments to see if I'm in any more trouble. Yes, 28. 28. That's right. 28 years old. 28 years old. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 28 fingers. It checks out. Checks out for me. Checks out for me. Scott, if you were asked to DJ at a crypto festival, would you dust down the turntables? Probably dust them off. I don't want to know if I would put dust down on them. I might consider it. I might consider it. Let's look at FET. Ooh, forgot about this channel. I'm going to lighten that blue up. Looking a little dark. There we go. That's a little more pleasing to my eye beans. Eyeballs. Emmy has to deal with this all the time. All the time. You think it's just like, hey, turns it on for the live stream. Nope. Just me. Oh, this is in going into price discovery in a massive ascending channel. That was the all-time high. 87 cents. We're at 90. I love this. I do not love these wicks. That was bad. But it seems now we got in both directions. But anything above 87 cents here, this is price discovery. I think this is going to moon. It's also flipped the EQ of this massive mega channel that's been in since the beginning of 2020. Down, up, almost down, and now up. So this should be targeting the top of the channel. I like FET here. Writing that down. I'm going to actually write that one down. Check again tomorrow when it's newsletter time and see if I still like it. FET. FTM. Oh, wow. When you got to do this, you know something's going on. Well, this is in super price discovery. Let's delete all these lowly peasant lines from trading past. That's launched off of that line. My nose is so itchy in the afternoon, and allergy pills or something. God. Congested, allergies. I mean, this is a savage top, right? Shooting star up on big volume drop, but that could be all the drop. Problem is really hard to know now where support is. This is your next major support, is all the way down here. You could draw lines at a lot of these places, but they're not very clear supports. Tell you that we have resistance here. I mean, this is a savage drop the last few days. It's not slow and steady wins the race. Answer is it looks really good after this. I just don't know. And you can't even draw like a discernible pattern. I guess we could do this on the 4 hour. Here you go. Oh, actually, that looks bueno. That looks good. Descending resistance, break above, retest, and there was an increase on volume on the break. So you want to see it bounce. But this, technically, if you're like trading a breakout and retest, this is your entry right here. This is it. We're there, dude. We're there, dude. It's good. It's good. It's good. FTM on the USDT pair. That was a Bitcoin pair. I didn't even know that. Well, it did the thing. It broke out, retested. Another all-time high price discovery and went up to $1. It doubled from there. That doesn't look like it would double, but that's doubling. Doubled. Now it's retracing and looks like it's ready to head back up. Kind of looks the same. I mean, if you can get 97 cents, 95 cents, whatever this is again, I would get it. But in general, this is in price discovery and should continue up. Coming to check your comments real quick. Thank you. You got this. 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 Something about that reads yogurt, 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 yogurt to me. Yeah. Wow. You guys are just still over here looking at just spamming the chat with stuff I'm not going to look at. But that's cool. I don't have to. I get to. I don't know what that's referring to, but whatever it is, I don't remember, or if she's talking to one of you, but she's right. She's correct. I was wondering if this is the same Scott Malker that made that dope Hall & Oates remix. Yes. You can see the art right there. Ball & Oates. That's me. I've been viral a lot of times, but without like any of the viruses that you're going to make jokes about. Yeah, that shit went super viral. Emmy, did you know that the Tampa typhoon is gone? Sad. How high would have Litecoin have gone if the Wally news was real? Wally World. First one's here. That's from the movie Vacation with Chevy Chase. For those of you who don't know, they drove across the country, had all kinds of disasters, got to Wally World, and it was closed. But if the Walmart news and not the Wally World news had been real, it would have gone really high. Like it would have just kept going and going and going, especially once they adopted it. But it's fake, so got nothing for you on that. I don't know how high, but that would have been pretty much like it for Litecoin. It would have absolutely mooned, in my opinion. Do you guys remember who, at the end of that movie, when they get to Wally World and it's closed, a security guard comes out and he's like, "Park's closed, folks." And Clark Griswold, aka Chevy Chase, goes and gets a BB gun from the local sporting goods store, and he comes back and holds the guy up. Do you remember who it was? The actor. He's large guy, Uncle Buck, John Candy. John Candy, for those of you who are, Kelly's played that record before. Also, that's cool. That's cool. John Candy, Candy John. Hbar. Holy crap. There's so many coins in price discovery. What else? What other ones did we have in price discovery? AR, FTM, Hbar. Amazing. And everybody loves a Hedera hash graph. Everybody loves it. This is time. This was it. I mean, if you missed it here at 45 cents, sorry. Maybe you get another chance. I would bid the hell out of this. Breaking the range. But this could have been the test right here on the split. But if it comes down, it's what we want, guys. There's nothing else to look at here. It's breaking through the all-time high today. If you get a retest of that high as support, take it. You take it. ICX USDT. Just trying to zoom out and get some perspective. Yeah, we looked at this on the weekly. I thought so. I mean, it looks like it's heading to $3.20. That's for sure. Like I said, and when we looked at this last week, it was like here or breaking out. And I said, this is a big vacuum. It's going to suck that price right up if you break 130. And here we are. Just sucked it right up. I think it was Monday. So maybe price was down here when we talked. But yeah, I said flip, support, suck it up. Right there. This should be going to 320. And if it breaks that, what do we have, guys? Allergies and price discovery. So right now you're kind of in no man's land, but you can trade this up to there. But that looks really good. Really good. What's up? I love Norm Macdonald, and he's now dead. Sucks. Will you ever give an AMA show again? Would love to hear your opinion on the end of the 4-year cycles. Here I am. You just asked me. And to be honest, I don't have a great opinion on it. Like, I don't really buy into the cycles. I mean, the halving is definitely a thing as far as the cycles, but I do think the market changes each time, and that that those cycles will extend to be longer and longer and longer. Tell something about EOS. Already did it. Anyways, you're using Google instead of Brave. Brave does not work very good for live streaming. So have fun staying shitty at live streaming. Kin. These guys pretty much smashed the SEC before going up against the SEC was a thing. It's kind of dope. Got like a little fine and moved on with their lives. We have sort of a descending wedge here. I don't like that this broke down. Your next support is right here. I have a bag of this. It's small. I'd forgotten about it for ages, and it was like worth nothing. It went, I mean, this went so low. Crazy. Now it's probably worth something. Just one of the many coins that I randomly hold for no good apparent reason. But actually, it's really cool coin. But right now, I don't know. It's below the 50 and 200 if that's your thing on the daily. I would try to get it here if you can get it on drop to here, and then hopefully it heads up. But I mean, it's kind of in no man's land now, below resistance. I don't know. Doesn't look that great. Says a guy who owns Kin. Can I talk to you about that? My kin folk. That coin is definitely from the South. Oh, you talking about my kin? Say it again. I'm getting my shotgun. This looks like a bull flag, a bear flag. To be honest, I probably won't be because everything seems to be going up. But I mean, that's a drop. Price is floating up as volume's going down. You usually see that kind of come down. So if that does happen, I would look at this blue line, somewhere in this area. But you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tests of support here that have held. So I'd be looking to get above. Tough one. This is Lina USDT for those of you who don't have a magnifying glass to see me on your screen or are not watching me on your HG projector in your media room. I know that most of you watch me on TV screens, I would imagine. Cinematic events, these are. Pretty much like the premiere of Avatar 3 or the next Matrix, my live streams. I don't know. This definitely looks like a bear flag. If I didn't have the lines already drawn, I would have gone like this and said, So I don't really know on this one. Probably will rip up, but if it breaks down, you're looking at something like that, and that gives you literally these lows. So I'd be careful on Luna right now. Lina, I don't know. I'm not saying that'll happen. It could just float up, but if this support breaks, that's what you're looking at. Link. Do something. Poke it with a stick. It looks fine still, but nothing's changed. And it got rejected. That's a bearish SFP, right? Right there. See? A major drop right after getting rejected. Boom. So now you're above the EQ of both of these ranges. So you're still targeting $35 again, but you need to flip that. And then the target's 52. Easy. Then you hope for price discovery. But that's it. That's it right now. Looks fine. Trading above these MAs. So, these EQs, these dash lines are support, and these are resistance. Simple. Coming back to the chat. I found the new Matrix trailer a little, listen, I'm pumped. It's the Matrix, right? But it's a little weird. Do you know Hindi language? Sadly, I do not. I wish I did. But I love Punjabi MC's work with Jay-Z. If that counts. Definitely it counts. That drop was from the Leverage Cascade. That would be a dope band name, Leverage Cascade. Making songs about crypto leverage trading. I'm the drummer in Leverage Cascade, bro. Did you see my work in the metaverse? It's me, Leverage Cascade. Emmy thought I said something funny. I don't even know what it was. It's good. She tuned in twice, I think, Monday and twice today. She's doing work. I'm not going to pretend like this is the only thing she's doing. But she's like supporting. My mom's probably here too. Hi, Mom. Are you here? She wouldn't know how to type. She probably wouldn't type a comment. Now, but if she is, she'll text me and she'll be like, I'm here. Hi, Scott. What's happening? Matic BTC, I don't know. I'm going to look up Matic USDT though, because I posted this in the newsletter today. I mean, this looks good to me. Like sweeping this support, holding it over and over again, and then exiting. So that's what I think of Matic on the USDT pair. They just did a deal with Ernst & Young, bro, like a big 4 accounting firm. But right now, this is not doing much on the Bitcoin pair. See no reason to think about it on this pair. There's another bearish SFP, right into resistance, wick above, savage sell-off. You see? You're learning. Why won't it read? I would say now this is actually what we're doing. So trade it from here to there. You're welcome for the insight. MKR. It should be MELKER. Melker coin. Dude, Melker coin's going to pump. Melker coin. Emmy, get me some Melker coin. Nothing's changed here. Whenever we looked at it last, we said we need to get back above that. We still do. This was your entry anywhere right in here, but still, this is exactly the chart as I would see it. But let's just move this over here. That's what you need to see. Break of this blue line is really where you want to be. Holding this support is important. You'll find resistance here. So this is what you want. A flip of, what was that? 3106, $3,106. What is this coin? Is it made of actual Melker? Microstrategy. Bro, I posted this in the newsletter the other day. This is when Microstrategy bought Bitcoin, in case you were wondering. Did pretty good. About a 10x. You can see here, though, that's the last time that this was below the 200 MA, this red line. All the way up here. Tested it here. All these candles closed above. And then for 1-2 days, it faked out and traded below and then jumped above. Now we're sandwiched between. So we're going to get a decision. But like my money, if you just had to go like statistically, it hasn't stayed below the 200 MA since the 11th of August of 2020, when it was a actual business intelligence company and not a Bitcoin ETF led by a mega giga chad from space. I think this goes up. I think it holds the 200 and goes up. And we had this breakout here, which should target this, right? At the very least, should be targeting their double, from here, just based on breaking this blue line. So MicroStrategy is looking good. I want my MTV. Anyone name that band? Multivac apparently is not music television. Tell me you're old without telling me you're old. I remember the day that music television, MTV, launched, and the first video I saw, which might have been the first one they played, was The Cars. Oh my God, I never blank on songs, but I'm blanking on the Cars song. Blanking on it. Dire Straits. But I'm blanking on the Cars song that was the first song. Somebody give it to me. Google it. First video, MTV, Cars. Was not Video Killed the Radio Star, but that was the first thing they played was Buggle. The Cars. Oh, kill me. Was it Just What I Needed or You Might Think? I think it was You Might Think. You might think I'm foolish. All I want is you. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Imagine being the Buggles. Not a muggle for all you Harry Potter people that were raised in whatever generation thought Harry Potter was cool. Not you. The Buggles. Like, you're you have this huge song, Video Killed the Radio Star, right? And you're like super famous, and you have the first video on MTV, and you never do anything ever again. Ever again. Who's gonna drive you home? That's a great song, man. Tonight. I think that's probably about an underage girl. Every song back then was about underage girls. "17, if you know what I mean." Even the Beatles, right? Yeah, dude. No, I don't know what you mean, because if I admit that I know what you mean, I'm going to go to jail. Like, it's amazing what was allowed back in the day. You can't say anything you can say anymore. Don't watch movies from our childhood. My God, I've talked to you guys about Revenge of the Nerds, which is basically the revenge of the nerdy rapists. I thought that movie was awesome. They're just raping people, like raping people all over the place. It's like, whatever, man. Little rape. You know, that site Cameo, where you can like get celebrities to do dumb stuff. My friend got Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds to talk smack to one of his friends. Ogre. Nerds. But yeah, I mean, songs from the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, 50s, bro. Not appropriate. Not appropriate. This looks pretty good here. I mean, this broke out. I want my MTV. This should be heading to here with a stop to listen to a Buggles video right here. Buggles, dude. Buggles. Yeah, okay, listen. Someone just typed randomly Sheila E. I don't know why you typed it, but we're cool now. You and I, we're cool. I love Sheila E. 6, yeah, we talked about this. 16 Candles. Like, the character is Long Duck Dong. He's a stereotypical, like, Asian immigrant transfer. I mean, you can't. Long Duck Dong, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You're all wrong. The first MTV video was "We Built This City." Is that true? First MTV music video. I think it was the Buggles. Video killed. I mean, I don't know if like whatever, but Google says the very first music video played on MTV was "Video Killed the Radio Star." I'm glad we had this talk. But we did build this city on rock and roll. In fact, guys, I got to finish these charts. MTV looks good. I have such ADD. You don't even know. This won't save. It's trying. 1 USDT. Yeah, I mean, this got rejected at price discovery, so I want this above 22403. As I said, that's bearish SFP. Price comes straight down. You see it. Kind of an area of support right now, but I want this up here. Do it exactly like that. I know it seems crazy to buy it higher, but that's what I want. Nothing's changed on that chart. Rune, dude, been waiting for this thing to play out since Jesus was. That was Sister Act 2. I mean, that song, "Oh Happy Day." But you know who's singing that in that song? Lauryn Hill, star of Sister Act 2. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Breakdown. Yeah, we want to get it back above this line, but still I mean, it got almost there. 12. The target was 14. So maybe this inverse head and shoulders is not a thing anymore. Yeah, I mean, so we still have this breakout here that should be targeting here. So inevitably, this should go to $21 on Rune. I don't like that it broke down here, so I'd be looking for this. But right now, first of all, you're sideways here, right? So, but you want something like that. I don't see an entry on this, to be quite frank. This was your entry if you were looking, was $7.78. So right now, I don't see an entry. Secret Network, also known as SCRT, also known as Scrt. For the rap people, I'm pretty much committed. I think my new thing when I semi-retire from charting in crypto is that I'm going to become something like a rapper, but in the metaverse. So it's not really me, and nobody will know that I'm rapping. Talked about this yesterday. Emmy probably doesn't like the idea. I've presented the idea of becoming a rapper to Emmy no less than 200 times, and she's never even like considered it for 5 seconds. No. Yeah. If I retire from my retirement, I will retire into another retired type job. You're not Frank. You're Scott. Scott Frank Melker. It's my name. It's not my name. My middle name is Evan. Evan. I have ADD too. We love the ADD vortex though. Dude, ADD is a super power. I've already semi-retired, to be honest. I do this for fun. If the answer to when would you semi-retire is when stuff stops being fun. I don't need to do it. It's fun. Having fun. Scrt network. I'd be looking for this, right? You got to get back above here. Although all of this is resistance. So that's why all of this. So this line is not as valid. Really, let's make this clear. Resistance isn't necessarily, I always tell you, resistance is not really like a line, right? It's an area. This whole area right here to me is resistance based on this cluster, right? Because that's the bottom of this, right? This bottoms out right there, breaks down, and never really manages to get back above. And this was the highs, right? So this was the swing high of this whole thing. You even call this if you want to be more like whatever. And this, yeah, I like that. Bearish SFP, retest as resistance, back down. I think you want to be closing candles above this line. 0.0005218. It's my O face. Yeah, otherwise you got some demand right here. Demand it. That's where you buy if it drops further. Serum. Yeah, same. Rejected. I mean, literally, like all these charts, you see the same thing, right? Bearish SFP, rejected right at resistance, drops. So you want to wait till it breaks above here. That's what you want. Super simple. Maybe that's your support now if you're trying to be super aggressive. So you're trading from here to here and then flipping there and into price discovery. That's Serum USDT. Sushi. Holy disappointo. This was a trade that would have gone bad-ish. Probably would have stopped out. Lame. But that was the idea, and it broke above only slightly, right? And it did it again. So lots of fake outs here. Let's see if it can play that game again. Here was your entry, right? Hindsight, 2020. Oh my God, my nose itches so bad. You know, that's what you're looking for. This is a huge vacuum of price action right here. So there's very little resistance in there. But if you want to be super safe now, maybe you take it off these highs. Hence why that looks like that, right? But that's it. If it drops here-ish, right? You got this sort of local thing here, 12 bucks. That's about it. That's your look at sushi. Rotten sushi. Theta USDT, savage drop. But see, like some of those, remember Lina looked like a bear flag? Like Lina had the drop and then price sort of floated up. Well, in this case, price floated down, which gives you a slightly more bullish kind of pattern idea, right? This is what we saw Bitcoin do. So wait for a break of that and head up. I don't even know about these lines. Yeah, those are pretty good lines. Clean it up. So if this was floating up, you'd think bear flag and down. But when it's a descending channel, it is not a bear flag. It's not a bear flag. So I'd be looking for a break of this and trade it back up to the highs. So, you know, between 970 and 1050. But you got to break above this little channel right here. Assuming that this actually confirms right there. Alien worlds is the world. This is where I'm going to DJ in the metaverse in the alien worlds. TLM. I own some of this. Also, same thing. Kind of a descending type. Let's go on to 4 hour. Broke support. Now resistance at 23 cents 80. But clearly a slightly descending-y pattern kind of thing. It's not as good as I thought that was going to look. But you got this kind. Oh, do not want that. Something like this. you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish touches. So a break above that, but really you want to get above 23 cents and then you can kind of, let's pull this, retarget these highs. But ultimately you expect resistance where, like kind of in this area. So you're going to, do one of these and you're going to get a lot of resistance here because look at how much action there was here. Price goes back to the areas where there was huge action, but when that leaves this huge gap, so that means we can easily push up to like 33 cents, no problem if we just break above 23. So I'll be watching for that. Uni, BTC. Well, this is what I said off the lows. It got right there. So it's doing the first part. This is exactly right. You're in a range. You want to flip the EQ. Move that so you can see the price action. This is resistance. So your first trade was here to here. Check. Then you want to flip that here to here, check. Then you want to flip that here to here, going up to there. But generally, uni right now is just trading sideways in this range. You can trade the lows to the highs of the range or wait for a break in either direction to trade it. YFI BTC. Boring point. But this does look like it might be doing something here. Little increase in volume, not much. But seems like it might be bottoming out. I mean, these wicks are cray-cray. Think Elizabeth Warren saw my video this morning? I hope so. She's a smart lady, honestly. I think she's misguided. She's a brilliant person. We gotta admit that. Just wish politicians would just get out the way. Like ludicrous. I'm not calling her a bitch. I was just quoting the song "Move, Bitch, Get Out the Way." That's nothing to do with her. I'm sure she's lovely. I mean, Kennedy calling Gensler daddy. Would you say that these people that you're regulating, that you're their daddy? Then why are you treating them that way? Like, what? That's some shit I would say on the Senate floor if they let me talk. But only because I was trolling, not because I was a senator. I don't know on this one. I'm going to be honest. I like that it's above 70.7331. This looks bottomy. So, and you did have the breakout, although it's weak AF now. But yeah, I would be targeting 1.095. But I don't see a reason to enter Wi-Fi right now. Boom. Exhausted. I am exhausted. Ludacris should come out with Ludacoin or at least some NFTs or something, right? Looking at your comments, or guys, stop asking for coins. Yeah, play some records. You play some records. You play some records. She wants to break up Wells Fargo for scandals, but JP Morgan Chase, that should tell you everything. I mean, listen, they're all in bed with someone. Valerie, which was sampled by Eric Prides for Call on Me. Right. Dude, Steve Winwood. What a ledge, dude. Steve Winwood. I would like to close with Valerie, but I'm not going to because that will get my entire thing like removed from the internets. They'll be like, "Yeah, bro, you're done." Any comments on ADA smart contracts? Yeah, show them to me. Like, huge first step. Really, really impressive that they finally have what Ethereum had, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. But now people need to actually do something with them. So we'll see. The answer is we'll see. Are stable coins really security? No. And it's stupid. And they're being dramatic. And I want to go up there and scream in their faces about how stupid they are. No, they're not. They're not. Looking at what you guys have to say. That's what you call a happy ending, Tyler. I'm not going to say that. Steve Winwood. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh. Bring me a higher love. Bigger fish here is for his first Chartapalooza. Welcome. Welcome, dude. Welcome, guys. Listen, we're just messing around now. I'm basically done. So just so you guys know, like we have come to the conclusion where my brain is mush and I start looking at your comments and saying stupid things. Ledger or Trezor? I would say Trezor, just on the fact that Ledger got all their data hacked and everybody knows who you are if you ever used one, right? Any tips on how I can get my singing voice to sound so lovely? Singing lessons or musical parents? You're gonna have to get new parents. Sorry, I bet your parents can sing. Whatever, you probably sing. You know, you blinging when you can't sing, but you do it anyway in front of strangers. First of all, David Patrick, I have the voice of an angel, and that's indisputable. That's one. Second of all, got allergies, bro. But I did used to sing. It was 20 something years ago. I've been through this, but I used to do a cappella duels, and we were the bigger group with John Legend, who lived on my freshman dorm floor, John Stevens. He was in Counterparts. They sang jazz in suits, and we were like cool dudes who were actually nerds and made jokes and stuff. But we were the biggest a cappella group in the country, Pennsylvania 65000, #1. We won the award when I was in it. And I used to sing a lot. Yeah, coming down here. I have allergies so annoying. That's right. We were not rape nerds. This was revenge. That was the movie Revenge of the Nerds. We were just sing nerds. What was the last non-crypto book you read? Well, Hyperions, all the Hyperions, Hyperion 1, 2, and into Hyperion 3. Looking here through here. Songbird of his generation. You're talking about me, right, Robert? Yeah. Jojo Gun, shake that fat. Yes, I do remember that. No, I mean, John Legend, I would say that I may have won the a cappella competition, but he probably has achieved more so far in life. Went to school with a lot of, because I went to Penn in the late 90s, I went to school with a lot of notable people. I think he was the most successful, obviously, Trump Jr. What a douche. And had a crazy, one of the funnier stories I had, or one that I remember from someone who was quote unquote famous because he had a famous dad, was this kid. I don't know if you guys remember Michael Milken. Dude, I fear the Shrike. The Shrike says hello. Michael Milken, junk bonds, went to jail for a while. Well, he was in prison, and his son Lance Milken was a year ahead of me at Penn. And I was rushing his fraternity with Sammy, Sigma Alpha Mu. And we went to a rush event at his house, and we were watching The Simpsons. I went in his room, and we were like, I'm not going to say what we were doing while we were watching The Simpsons. We're just like sitting around watching The Simpsons, you know what I'm saying? We were watching The Simpsons, and they made a joke like about his dad being in jail, like while we were watching it, like in his room. It's awkward. Nice guy, though. Nice guy. Great guy. You'll grow over your allergy when you get to my age. My allergies are only getting worse. They're not getting big. I'm not a baby BG. You can tell by the way I use my walk and my walk. That dude can't. Voice of an absolute angel. Vinyl player. Turntable. Records. Vinyl player. Those are Technics 1200s. I got a bunch more in the closet over there. I got a whole team of them. Yeah, your allergies get worse, dude. They don't get better. I don't know. If you had 30K fresh cash, what coins would you buy today? I would probably, this is not financial advice, I would dollar cost average 20,000 of it into Bitcoin. I would dollar cost average, okay. I'm just more aggressively. I would dollar cost average 18,000 into Bitcoin, 6,000 into Ethereum, and then I would spread The remaining $6,000 around some of the like layer ones, and then maybe like degen out with like $1,000 or $2,000. Why don't you spin a little something for us? Those aren't even plugged in, probably. Haven't touched them, but what I will eventually. Melker coin, who's buying? Father BG, that's right. You're into trance music. Funny story, true story. So I started as a rap DJ in the 90s, late 90s. And then, you know, I got into like electronic music for various reasons. Liked it, suited my mood. And so I became like a trance DJ, and I started this party at Shampoo with like a bunch of other local trance DJs who were nobodies. And we started a party called Air Trance, and we used like the Air France logo, but it said trance. And so my idea was like, I wanted to hear all these famous DJs like Tiesto and at the time, Dave Ralph, Oakenfold, Sasha Digweed, everyone. I wanted to hear them, but they hadn't been coming to Philly. They were going to New York. So we were like, we're going to start this huge party and get it big so that we can afford to bring all these DJs and get to hear them. It's basically our way of hearing the DJs we wanted. And we did it. We brought all these guys in, and it was a huge party, and it was epic. So I got to start touring as like a trance DJ. And then I realized I didn't like trance that much, like 2 years later. And we also got shut down because Air France actually sued it when it got big. So we were no longer Air Trance. I miss trance Tiesto. Yeah, I mean, Tiesto was awesome. Did you guys ever see my Tiesto story? It's not really my Tiesto story, but it's really, really funny. So 1 year, like maybe 10 years ago or something, probably less, 7-8 years ago, my buddy was on a flight, first class flight. My brother's a Wall Street guy, was like on his way to a meeting. It's like on a flight, and there's this dude sitting next to him, first class, like glasses on, having like a alcoholic beverage at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And they get to talking, and the guy's like, well, I'm a DJ. And my friend's like, oh, cool. My friend goes, you know, my best friend's a DJ. He's actually one of the biggest DJs in the world. That was a lie, obviously. My friend was trying to sound cool. And the guy's like, oh, what's his name? He's like, Scott Melker. It's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And my friend's like, what's your name? The guy's name, my name's Tiesto. My name's Tiesto. So my friend tried to tell Tiesto that I was like some super famous DJ. Yeah, it didn't go that good. I was not invited to Firefest. Best DJ of all time, Qbert, Mixmaster, Mike, or Craze. Of all of those, I think Qbert had the best skills of them. He's kind of a whack job, but I wouldn't say any of them are the best DJ of all time. Best scratchers, maybe. What else we got here? Now, this is more my speed. Return of the Mac, Mark Morrison. Went to jail. Too bad. Qbert's amazing, man. Qbert's amazing. Invisible Scratch. Pickles. Yeah. Guys, it's like 2:37. I've been here forever. Nobody wants to hear me yap about all this crap. Once again, guys, check out everything I got going down. Giveaway, $5,000. Click to subscribe. Click down below on the link. You can check that out. Newsletters, check that out. I would really like to thank all of your moms for sponsoring. Your moms are wonderful. Thanks, peace.
That's dope.